is killing me. All right, we're ready. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello, we're live, Rebecca. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. It's a good day today.
Yeah, how's the weather where you're at?
Better. It was raining last week, but now we've got some sunny days. So we're looking forward to an Easter egg hunt today.
Nice. It is pretty sunny here as well this morning. Excuse the puffy eyes. I love springtime, but sometimes my eyes are super puffy in the spring. So I didn't put makeup on today because I'm like, I'll constantly rub and then, I'll just have two black eyes. But anyway, on to today's discussion. So Rebecca, we received an email on yesterday. We're going to talk about yesterday's email, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So we received an email yesterday and it had some great stuff that we wanted to share with you today. So I don't know. Want to get right into it, Rebecca?
Sure.
Is there anything
Let's
you want
get
to
right
add?
into it. Yep. So yesterday was April 15th for those of you who are getting the emails. So we'll be talking about that one, the community scoop.
Yes. And it starts off with educator stories and a teacher, Verlania, Varela, I think her name is, and about how she grew her business. So I thought that was interesting and I pulled it up and I just wanted to go over a couple little things with you guys. So I have my little cheat sheet right here too. So she talks about providing personalized learning for each student. So her classes were like 55 minutes. She does one-on-one tutoring, but she does take time to make sure she is building rapport with her students and learning their learning style. So that was one of her biggest tips. And she also said you need to use marketing to get noticed. And some things she did was she would market her classes on Facebook. She asked parents to leave reviews. She said some would leave like just stars, which is great, but others would actually leave a review. And to always keep your classes fresh. So Rebecca, what did you think about her?
I think it's good for somebody who might want to go into one-on-one, what kinds of things do you have to do different from a group class? So I think it's very helpful, to schedule out, to keep it consistent. Probably has a lot of, parent conversations. I'm not sure what ages she teaches to, but, when you do one-on-one, you not only deal with the kids, but you have to talk to the parents too, to make sure that you're meeting the children's needs.
Yeah, she has about 30 one-on-one 55-minute classes. So she's almost a full-time teacher on Outschool. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Harvetta. Any tips, tricks, or questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. And she said for her one-on-ones are like very popular. By Sunday night, she'll put up her next set of classes. I think she said about 2 weeks in advance, and they are booked by that Sunday night. So her students know they need to get in there and grab their times right away. So
I didn't see, is she doing ongoing classes or one time or?
She started with one-time one-on-ones, but she noticed that parents started asking her to start making them ongoing. So now her classes are ongoing for some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And on Sunday is when ongoing classes get automatically renewed. So the student gets in there no matter what, unless the parent unsubscribes. So it's helpful for the parent to say, I don't have to think about it anymore. My spot's been safe for me, and for her to have good income. Now, if a learner, unsubscribes, then she'll have an opening for a new learner to pop in.
Right. And I thought it was interesting. They talked about she has a culinary background. I guess she was going to culinary school and she actually used Outschool to help put her through it. And so she's hoping to make some culinary classes, or it says, once she gets a suitable kitchen, those pastry chef skills may come out. Look for her baking classes.
Right. So she could have some one-time group classes on baking for her current students or new students. Why not?
Yeah.
You can have two niches.
Two niches, yeah. Really?
Or niches, or I don't know, whatever you say.
I say niches too. I don't know how to say it for real. Awesome. All right. So don't forget to check your email if you want to read more about her. There was a longer article, and then what's new in the educator community? Did you read Teacher Christina? She got a really sweet review.
I think
from
so.
yeah, it's cute.
It was a long review, which is impressive for the parent to leave a long review, but the summary of it, if I remember right, is that she does like claymation or clay stuff.
Yeah.
And this kid just did not like the class. He couldn't do it. It was too hard for him. He wanted to give
Mhm.
up. Mom was like, no, you're going to stay another week.
Yep.
And so she sat by him and mom helped the boy make the clay stuff, and he still
Mhm.
struggled, but he's like, okay, we're going to do this. After
Right.
about 4 weeks, he says, goodbye, Mom. I'm going to do this by
Mhm.
myself. And he's like, look, Mom, what I made. And that was his favorite class. So I'm like,
Yeah.
kudos for the teacher for sticking through with the kid. Kudos for the
Mhm.
parent for staying enrolled. Because as a parent, I'd be like, it's too hard for my kid. I'm moving on. But I'm proud of the parent for sticking with it, because it
Yeah.
also shows the learner you need to stick with something too, because look what happens when you stick with it. Like,
Yes.
all around warm fuzzies.
I know. And that kiddo sticking to it. And I guess he came down and said, Mama, I did it all by myself. He had made a little Pokemon thing. So if you are an Outschool teacher, go check out his super cute picture in the Outschool Teacher Hub, because he is like sitting there with a smile holding his little sculpture. What was that? Polymer?
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot
a
what they're
polymer
making, but
clay.
what's that?
It was like polymer clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the name of it, but anyway, it's super
Yeah, I don't know the
cute.
name of the
So
class, but like, hey, if you guys ever have any cool reviews, share them in the chat box, or
yes.
post them on your wall. When you're having a bad day, just have somebody here where the kids can't see you, like, I need my warm fuzzy for the day. Because we all get those reviews that are like really good for us.
Yes, it's so cute. I just love it, especially when the kids are working so hard and they're struggling, and then that light bulb goes off, or they finally figure out they can do something. I think that's part of being a teacher, though. Seeing
Yeah.
those moments.
Yes.
So
Yes.
cute. All right. And another feature today was, let me pull it up. Um, it was also another talk in the Outschool Hub, the Outschool Teacher Hub on Facebook. And somebody was asking about, she's a science experiment teacher, right? So she's wondering if she should list her classes for 30 minutes and then maybe note that they may go over to 40 minutes. Or should she say they're 40 minutes and may go earlier? So I have my thoughts on this, but I want to know
Yeah,
what
I
you
saw
guys
that too,
think in
and
the
I
chat
could
as well.
totally understand her because I teach science experiments too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and the experience changes every week.
Yeah.
And what I found is that my classes are 30 minutes, some
Mm-hmm.
experiments and right at 30, some are more like 20 minutes, then I have got some filler, and some are longer, might take, 35 to 40. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what I said it at, I do my best. And at 30, 31, 32, as close as I can. I give
Yeah.
a few minutes to talkers if they want to stay late, whatever, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
plan on, staying late. So I didn't comment, but my gut feeling is end at a time that the average class would end. Like if you look at all your experiments for the year, what timing would most of them end? For me, it's 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes. Now, if I have some really short ones, lately I've been doing 2 experiments in one day, 2 like 15-minute experiments, because that way I don't have to like stretch it out to half an hour.
Right.
Because sometimes it's like, oh boy, how are we going to do this one? And sometimes they're longer. And if I practice with my kids, or I do it for one class and go, oh boy, that went over, I might tell the next class in person saying, hey guys, this one takes a little bit longer. So if you need to leave at 30 minutes, go for it. But if you can stay an extra 5 minutes, we can get through everything.
Right.
That way the parents know this one class is the exception.
Right. Kelly said her time range was too long. Yeah, I read, now I haven't checked into this research yet, but somebody said tell if you tell the parents or sign up the class for 40 minutes and you go 5 minutes or more under, that they are able to get a full refund.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you start 5 minutes late or end 5 minutes early,
yeah,
I'm sure there are some exceptions, but the parents could complain about that. So yeah, I'd rather end late than end
yep.
early.
Yeah.
You go the
Same
full
with me.
time. But also tell the students in class saying, hey guys, we've got 2 minutes left of class, but if you want to stay longer, you can. But if you need to go to head off to another class, go ahead and go, because some kids take back-to-back classes and they can't stick around.
Right.
And some are more flexible. So it's good to just kind of warn them that, if you need to go, don't worry. We can show the results in the classroom later or tell you who won the game or whatever.
Yeah. Awesome. I agree with that. Wow, let's just keep moving on. The next one was a chat about flex classes. And I wrote out some notes on this one, so we didn't have to read the whole thing. But what do you use, Rebecca, if you're, well, I know you do record some of yours. Have you done flex classes yet?
Yeah, it's still in the process. I haven't actually listed a flex class.
Yeah.
But in the past, my starting base was, okay, after I've done the experiment for the week, I have all the supplies all just set up right here. So I'll just redo the experiment again on Zoom, and I'll record on Zoom and save it on my computer and have a condensed class. Instead of the chit chat for 30 minutes, I get right down to the meat of it for like 10 minutes. I try to give it like 10 to 15 minutes for a video. That was kind of like being in a class, but not being in the class.
Right.
And then eventually I'll put all those videos and figure out which ones I want to do, and worksheets and games and whatever else you need for flex classes. But I'll have the videos saved on Zoom. And then I also load it to YouTube, because I have a YouTube channel, and I put as unlisted. So I have a whole folder full of my science experiments unlisted, so only I can see them. Then I can share that link to the classroom page.
Excellent. So how about you guys in the chat? Anyone planning on doing flex classes, or have you done them before? So I was surprised to learn that there are so many ways to do them, because, I used Zoom, and then I also uploaded on YouTube as unlisted. Or sometimes I take my phone and make a video, or on Zoom on my laptop, and then I will use video editor and clip them together. But some other ideas that they had in the Outschool Teacher Hub was Loom, Screencast-O-Matic, Keynote, QuickTime, iMovie. I've used iMovie before. Explain Everything, and some people were even using PowerPoint.
Yeah, and it looks like some people can use Canva. I didn't know you could record from Canva.
Oh, that's right. I didn't write that one down. I did see that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Canva and PowerPoint would be just recording the PowerPoint. I don't know if you can get your video, your face in there too. I don't know. I have never tried. And then I have Minicam, so you can also record on Minicam and upload to YouTube from there too.
That's
I'm the cheater way, that I don't have time to edit my videos, so I just go, here it is. Enjoy. And if I mess up, I'll record it again. But I'm like, it is like a live class. You get what you get. I'm lazy.
I did the whole thing, like talking here, and then I had a document camera over here. So I really had to clip out all of my talking here, and then all of what I'm doing down here. So
right. Well, this is where I kind of like using Minicam, because I can edit as I go, and so I can have my experiment here and talk, and I can just record this one main screen.
Nice.
And I can double duty it, and I won't have to edit it.
I never figured out Minicam, and I haven't. I bought it.
Right. It's a learning curve. I've had it for a year and a half now. So now I'm feeling like, okay, I'm good with this now. This way I don't have to like splice things together. I can just do both at the same time.
I love it though. Kelly said she's thought about it, and Harvetta said, I have 2 flex classes, but they are not successful. I have some on Outschool, but I also have them in another platform. Those I have to make a new intro video for them before they'll put them on the platform. So we'll see how that goes.
It is a lot of work if you don't get enough enrollments. But my thought is, if I'm doing the experiment anyway,
right,
I might as well just do it again. Plus, like for me, I reused some of my experiments that I did last year. I'm like, how did I teach this last year? I go back and I watch my YouTube. Go, that's how I did it. That's right. Good. Refresher for me, because I get the flow. Like I did it 7 times. Oh, but that was a year ago.
Yeah. Kelly says that's her fear of doing all the work and no one booking. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. All right, let's see. What else is in that email?
I do like the learner notifications. That's next. That came up new for me, and I discovered that as a parent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's kind of fun. So like there are 2 profiles as parents. There is the parent profile,
Mhm.
So that has like the parenty stuff. And then you can enter the classroom as your child. And then there's more kid friendly and pretty pictures and not as many links. And it's very simple. But once you're in that kid view, you can't always, well, you can see the classroom messages and the learner messages, but you have to look through each class and what's going on. But now they have a little bell at the top. So it has
Oh,
like your
nice.
child's name and the little bell with a red dot saying, oh, you have notification. You click on that and says, this teacher posted a classroom message. This
Oh, nice.
teacher posted a classroom message. This teacher sent a learner message. So you can see all your teachers and all your classes and you can click on them, which is kind of cool. And it
Yeah.
sends you to the classroom.
Nice. I knew you'd be able to explain that one.
I'm like, ooh, what's this? But the downside is that since it's brand new, it showed all of the notifications for the last month on there. And I'm like, okay, how do you clear it? Because I have seen all of them already.
Were you able to clear them?
You have to click on one at a time. So I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, it's good enough, whatever. But I think once you get used to it, it won't be as
Right.
like overwhelming. But it is nice because I know I'm getting emails for
Uh-huh.
my daughter's account, but it's nice to be able to have her look in, especially if they're older kids, to go, ooh, red dot. What did my teacher tell me?
Right.
You don't have to rely on the parent to say, hey, you got an email.
Which, I mean, parents barely have time to get their own stuff done. So
I get things all the time, especially an email. You know, my kid's 5, so I take care of all that for her. But if you've got a kid who's like 10 or 11, they can do this on their own. Go in their account and go, ooh, my teacher sent me a message. I should read it. Tell my mom what it
says. Well, yeah, so it was learner notifications and then give your input on educator spotlights. And there's like a 3-minute survey. And then if you go into that, there's just a bunch of educators and a little bit about them. So
I should do the survey. Forgot to do that one.
You should.
I can never remember which ones I've done or not. It says, oh yeah, if you've already done this one, don't do it again. Wait, did I do this one again? I should call it click on it to see. You know, I'm like, I can't remember which ones I've done. I try to do all of them.
I guess I should go back and look because I have no idea which ones I've done either. So.
Yeah, this one looks new to me, so that's good. So I will do this one. If it looks familiar, I'm like, click out because I don't want to, screw their, stats by doing it multiple times.
You're funny. You're so thoughtful. So pods, explore pods and communities of practice. Has anyone taught any pods or working on them? What's that?
Me.
Yes. You want to tell us about it?
I'm in 2 pods. So pods are a team of teachers who work together to create a holistic, I don't know, a big overall thing. So for example, I don't know, my words, it's one of those mornings.
I like your parenting stuff word earlier.
Right? I'll just make up words, whatever. One of our pods has STEM. So I teach the STEM, so the science and the math and stuff. And then we have an art teacher and a movement fitness teacher. So those 3 teachers will teach once per day. So the kids get experience with all 3 subjects. They stay with the same group of kids all semester long or all month long, and they just swap teachers. So this is great for parents who are like, well, I want to have these 3, subjects, but it's hard to find the same time and the same day, to make it work. So we just go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, same time every day, just a different teacher. And we like to theme it. So like one week will all be about animals. Next week will be all about, spring stuff. So we kind of theme things together. The other one I'm in is for the little bitties, the pre-kindergarten one, and that has 5 teachers. So we have a reading teacher, I do the math science, we have a Spanish teacher, we have a circle time teacher and a music teacher. Aww. So these kids get experience with all 5 subjects, and they just see one teacher a day or every other day. And it's kind of great. It's convenient for the parents. It's fun to experience new teachers, then see the same friends every day.
Cute. I love that too, especially when some kids aren't in a school setting. They get to make friends, even if they're not like side by side with their friends,
Right. And they really get to know them, over the course of a month or more, because we do more 1 month at a time. You can re-enroll, but it goes for the whole school year if you want to. But when new kids come in, they're like, oh, hi, new friends. And they just welcome in right away. And they also say, oh, hi, buddy. I remember you from, we've been here forever, So it's cool to see them make connections with each other as well
Yes.
as learning the material. It's kind of both.
Aw. Harvetta said she hasn't done one, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, let us know if you end up trying to teach one of them.
Yeah, you do have to develop the pod on your own. So you can go to Facebook or different pages, go, hey, I teach this. Can this fit in somebody else's pod, or do other people have something that could kind of fit together? You can get find something there for the A, like, oh, I teach middle school history, who wants to do middle school math or whatever. And you can kind of find ways to kind of connect together. Once you form your own pod of 2 to 6 teachers, then you can submit that request to the pod people, and they can, talk to you from there.
Yeah. Speaking of making connections, I think the last thing in this email, or maybe I found it in the other one, I think it's in this one, was all the different OutSchool communities that you can connect with new and veteran teachers and things. Like we already talked about the OutSchool Teacher Hub, new and future OutSchool teachers. There's tons, guys. OutSchool Online Learning Community. And Kelly made one that a bunch of us are admin for, and that's the free and discounted OutSchool Class 1. I mean, there's a ton. So if you want to connect with other OutSchool teachers, go to the link in the email and look at all the many different what am I trying to say? Many different Facebook groups or communities for teachers. And the last one I wanted to mention was a communities of practice, and it has all age groups. I think, Rebecca, you mentioned this in one of our lives, right? Where you can
go. I'm involved in a lot of these smaller Facebook groups, and everything in this link is official groups. There's a lot of unofficial Facebook groups, but all of these are officially, and they're admin moderated by people in the OutSchool, the people. Right. But what's cool is that you can do the content area. So if you're an ELA, STEM, visual performing arts, math, or world languages, you can join one of those. So you can get information like, okay, how do you teach this to, some learners? And they have really good discussion posts. Or you could do, I do the age group cohorts. So ages 3 to 7, ages 8 to 12, ages 13 to 18. You join the cohort first for about a month or two, and then they shift you over to the alumni. So you can get to know people in the cohort, and then you join the alumni with more people, and then you can keep developing relationships over there.
Yeah. Excellent. Hey, Candy, I haven't seen you in so long. How are bookings with OutSchool? I will let Rebecca answer that. I see Kelly is answering also, but Rebecca, how are your bookings with OutSchool?
They're going down, and it's kind of, sad. I'm not sure exactly why it's going down. It's springtime, sports are in session, life's getting busy, vacations are going on. But I'm like, all my fully sold out classes now have like 1 or 2 kids.
Aww.
I know it's sad.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking now is the time to kind of slowly cut back anyway. I'd rather fill 2 sections than have 3 sections that are like not much filled at all. So if some section stays empty for a couple of weeks, I might say, now's the time to just close that section. We're going to reevaluate for summer. I might open some more up in the fall. We'll just play it by ear.
So Harvetta said she teaches preschool, so she doubts they have any pods for preschool. Are there pods for preschool now?
Yes, there might be more than one, but I know that my pod, the Bright Horizons Academy, does preschool. And so it's geared towards ages 3 to 6. So those beginning levels, and they meet every other day. So week 1 is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Week 2 is Tuesday, Thursday, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday for 25 minutes. Keep it short.
Right. Candy, I am so sorry to hear your news. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Kelly, one of my classes is going strong, and in one, the bookings have gone down. Yeah, I think it's the time of year, and well, we just had April vacation or spring break, and from March to April, and kids are just coming and going and trying to finish up school. And
maybe summer we'll see a high I can't remember what happened last summer, if it was a high or a low, just kind of like maintained. I will be keeping my ongoing classes for summer. I tried bringing in some multi-day camps last summer, and they were sort of successful, sort of not. But I'm going to keep my ongoings going because that sense gives some stability for me and for the parents to say, okay, every Saturday we have this class. So I suggest that if you want to go keep your ongoings and then maybe add a multi-day or a camp, not replace. Now, if you want to replace for 1 week because the time conflicts, you just take 1 week off from ongoing and come back the next week, because you can do that.
Awesome. Candy, is VIP Kid International doing well? I haven't gotten any bookings from them. I think a lot of us have
a couple months now. I could try to open
I haven't
again.
been opening anymore. So, but I did notice they were giving some incentives to sign a contract and open classes. So I don't know.
And some teachers are getting bookings over there, so it might be worth a shot to open some. But when you open some, you have to be willing to not teach anybody. So it is a risk of open, not open, open, not open.
But if if you're looking to get started back again, maybe it's worth just trying and checking your bookings before you go to bed or something. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, well, Candy, we are here for you. If you need me, just let me know. I'm here if you need a chat. And if you're thinking about Outschool, I don't know if you've already signed up a while ago looking for more information, but I put Kelly and Rebecca's links in the chat box or in the now I don't have the words.
I rubbed off on you. I'm sorry.
I'm not even pregnant. I don't even have an excuse.
Right? It's too early for pregnant brain to get in, but it's not. It's 23 weeks. So
Candy said I got a random $4 deposit in my account and have no idea where it came from. Well, that's
if you don't get money taken out, we're good, because most of these companies have like a transfer wire fee taken out. So it's probably not international if you don't get a fee taken out, maybe. But hey, free money.
Yeah, my bank was taking out a $1 fee, like journal entry. And I'm like, what is this? And they're like, well, that was from a company that was, overseas or whatever. And I'm like, but I went through PayPal like this. Like, I don't even know. So anyway, you never know about those wires and things, but all right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We'll be here on Saturdays. I always love hanging out and chatting with you. Maybe we just need to have a chat session one day and just see what's up with everybody.
Yeah.
It'll be Saturday morning. What's going on, everybody?
Right. Every come, let's just chit chat about life and Outschool and whatever else.
I am all about that. You know that. So,
right.
All right. Thanks, Rebecca, for coming and hanging out with me today, and everybody in the chat. I really appreciate all of you. Have